Hey guys, thanks for joining us on this video today. My name's Tim Hyde and of course I'm here with Dean McCormick. Today we're going to talk about direct selling businesses. Dean, you've been in the game for quite a while, tried a whole bunch of different direct selling businesses.
Yep.
And you've arrived at World Ventures as the one of your choice.
Yep.
I'd love to explore with our viewers today why you chose World Ventures, why you've written the ebook that of course that many of the people who are watching this will have read through and on the journey of direct selling and trying to really liberate themselves from the 9 to 5. Can you tell us about your journey?
Yeah, sure. So I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, a number of years ago, and I learnt through that process this whole idea of like starting your own business and growing this sort of systemized business approach. So I did that. I started my own business, and what I found from that is, I effectively just created another job. And what I did is I created an S-type business, that small business. If you've read,
and that's something that a lot of people who get out of an employment career and go into another, this self-employment sort of thing, find themselves in. Something that effectively still ties them to that 9 to 5, working really hard and not necessarily getting where they want to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I found. In fact, I ended up increasing my workload with less security coming in. So so I had to go back and I sort of reread it, and the key that I missed there was this whole systemized approach. You should be able to extract yourself from the business, and then it should keep running for you. And I was just doing YouTubing stuff, and I saw a lot, Robert Kiyosaki and Warren Buffett and Donald Trump all promoting, the direct selling business. So I started to investigate that, and when I first started to get involved, one of the challenges that I found was this notion of like changing your buyer habit. You had to buy a different product, and you made money out of selling product to your family and friends. So whilst they were all happy to support at the start, going back 3-4 months later, asking to sort of buy this and buy that, and can you share me with your friends, I found that really, really challenging.
And that's been something that I have as well, and I know a lot of people I've spoken to are really afraid of the idea of having to sell to their friends. And it doesn't feel right, I guess, and it feels quite exploitative. And I think certainly the ones, and my hesitation to getting into direct selling for a long time has been the idea that I had to keep having parties. I had to have my spare bedroom sort of devoted to inventory and stock, and I thought, oh, this is not the way I want to do things. This is not going to free me up to really live the lifestyle that I wanted to lead.
And so the transition for me was to find something that didn't have that requirement attached to it. When I was showing World Ventures, I was still in the market for something that I could grow slowly, grow on a part-time basis. I didn't have to devote a lot of time to it, but didn't have that requirement of like constantly selling every month. I wanted something that had flexibility, that if I didn't want to do anything for 2 months or 3 months, that would be okay. And as you would have seen in the ebook, which is one of the drivers why I put the ebook together, was to go through all those things that I was looking for. And you'll note from the ebook that if you can find a business that has no monthly requirement, then to me that was one of the things I was looking for. Some of the other things I was looking for was just something that everybody could use. I find a lot of the direct selling businesses, they're really aimed at...
They're quite niched, aren't they? They're aimed at a particular demographic or geography, or...
There's so many that are really just aimed just like at ladies for skin care and cosmetics and all that sort of stuff. And they're great, but then you get the ones that they do offer, for families. But again, they're all product based. So once you get rid of the whole product based scenario of that minimum monthly, there wasn't a big range to choose from. There was a couple of service based direct selling businesses that were quite inviting, and we had a look at them as well. But again, the compensation component was really, really small. Like, you're only earning a little bit based on it, and what you really had to do was just get as many people as you could to buy your membership or your services. But with World Ventures, you're tapping into that whole lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, when you first introduced World Ventures to me, and I've been introduced a lot professionally, I'm a business growth strategist, so I look at a lot of organisations looking at how they grow their businesses, and this one was particularly interesting. I used to own a newspaper, so had lots of people coming at me saying, "Hey, you've got this big audience, can you sell our stuff for us?" And to me, nothing really, I guess, ticked the boxes that you've identified in that ebook about really scalable, low maintenance, being able to take time out of the business without necessarily affecting its growth. and something that's easy to introduce to people. And I found in my very short time with World Ventures is that it's easy to talk to people about holidays, isn't it? But people share their holiday snaps and say, hey, it looks like you're having a fantastic time. You know, when does it finish? Oh, too soon. You know, so there's this limitation that holidays, there's not enough of them. And I think World Ventures is one that really is trying to take that head on, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. It's what's surprising is, you know, when I chat to people about holidays, I'm really surprised when I come across people who go, no, I don't take holidays. I'm like, you don't take holidays, or you can't afford to take holidays, or you can't afford the time to take holidays.
Very subtle difference in that, isn't it?
You know, so people immediately just like they're always coming up with an excuse for something, and what we really wanted to do is you know, find a way to take more holidays, because you know, to me, you know, my son's now 19, you know, as we're sort of filming this, and you know, being an ex-defense member, I spent a lot of time away from him, so you know, I can't get that time back. You know, I missed 7 birthdays, I missed 8 Christmases, I can't get that back. And so I really wanted to tie all that lifestyle in together where I could create memories. And I realized that we create memories when we're like doing family time, when we go away with friends and all that sort of stuff. You know, when we look back over the year, like, what was the most exciting for you for last year? It's not the workload that you did. It's, you know, oh, we went here and we saw this and we had the opportunity to do this. So to tie something in that everybody wants and to provide that, you know, as a service to people, like for me, it was just like, wow, this is just phenomenal.
And it is an easy thing to introduce to people, isn't it? It's not.
Well, if you can't,
and I think that's one of the, you know, certainly when we've been looking at, you know, through the year, but where we looked at other things and where we'd spoken to other people, possibly in situations like yours where, you know, you've jumped into this direct selling business, you know, dreams of sort of freeing yourself up and living that lifestyle and doing that you talk about, but haven't quite got the momentum that they were hoping for. Some of the challenges that were pretty consistent was the, you know, how do I keep introducing this to new people and something that they really, really want, you know, as I said, change, and then not necessarily having to completely change by behaviour, but just introducing to another way of doing something that they're already doing, and that's one of those keys to success.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, so with the struggles that I said earlier about the business side, you know, with some of the direct selling with the products, is you've got to get people to convert from shopping at Coles to shopping, you know, at their new store.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't like the fact that you got to wait 3-4 days for delivery when you need something straight up front. Where here, everybody always wants to plan a holiday.
Yeah.
You know, and we're always thinking ahead. So now we're in this holiday club, this community where you're working with the product that you want to take anyway. You don't have to change by a habit.
And in some cases, we're not actually changing where someone can go either, are we?
No, absolutely not. You can travel anywhere you like in the world. Well, what we're actually doing is allowing people to travel for less. So, you know, for us, you know, back in 2016, we actually ended up on 4 holidays, and 2 of those holidays were paid for from the savings of the first 2 holidays. So
that's fantastic.
There's just 2 holidays we wouldn't have been able to take had we done it the old way. And some of the things that we're introducing at the moment is all tied into this as well. It's about living your lifestyle, but living your lifestyle within the community,
and potentially getting just some benefits within that community.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things we've just introduced is this phenomenal concept called Dream Trips Local. So we can now go and eat at a local restaurant if it's partnered with the company, and you know, you can get special rewards while you're there, and a part of your bill, part of your invoice gets converted to credit towards your next holiday. So, you know, we have a saying that you can now eat your way to your next holiday. And I just actually did a survey just recently where it asked, what are some of the other features you would like to see as part of our lifestyle community? Things such as like golf memberships, you know, going to the cinema where you can actually buy tickets through the club, through the community, and use reward points to actually pay for it.
Yeah.
So now I can go and eat, I can get part of my points back, you know,
build back on points,
and then I can go to the cinema, pay with the points to then go to a movie, all because I'm a club member.
That's pretty good. So there's real benefits not only for members, but also obviously for business partners of World Ventures as well. So lots of opportunity there, and really ticks, as I said, all of those boxes that we identified as those key things, you know, that can really help you grow that lifestyle that you want to grow, you know, using a direct selling business to achieve that outcome.
Yeah, well, one of the best things about the business model that I really loved is I've never heard of a business model where after you get your first 4 sales, you then have a free business.
Yeah.
You know, and to me that just blows my mind. So, you know, over the course of the year, I've got a free business, I've got a free membership now. I go on holidays. The savings that I make, I put towards further holidays. The part-time income that I now produce basically funds my holidays anyway. So, you know, we're pretty much in a lifestyle now where we just share our story. Like I don't find it even sell. I just share our journey.
And people say, how do you go on holiday so often?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds like a pretty good business. Certainly, if you're watching, if you're really interested in and maybe stuck in your current direct selling business and you're looking for an alternative and potentially interested in World Ventures, you may have heard it around, you may have seen something about it, but if you're interested in finding out more, there's a information box below. Fill that out. We'll get in touch, have a chat with Dean and see whether that World Ventures might be the right fit for you, and whether something that you've been, the thing that you've been missing in your direct selling career so far. Dean, thanks for joining us.
No worries, Tim. Thanks for the opportunity.
We look forward to seeing you on holiday somewhere in the world sometime soon. Thanks.
Take care.